Hello, everybody. How are you guys? If you're in Des Moines, Iowa, certainly you want your home to look good. You might even go to an interior design store in that market. And there's plenty of good ones, as evidenced by some of the most beautiful homes in the town. But these are the five worst ones that I came across. Guys, you really want to go to avoid these five worst interior design stores in Des Moines. The first one is Subterfuge Interior Design. Now, this is a place that kind of prides himself on being anti-establishment, and hence their name Subterfuge, because they're trying to add an avant-garde spin to their interior design. Now, if you have that bent, if you are against the grain, you don't want sort of your generic interior design that you might see in a lot of homes, Subterfuge might be the place for you. But here's the problem. The subterfuge is not just in their design, it's in their way of doing business. And we've heard word that not only do they do the design for your home, but they're going to design your garage and your yard. And they don't even tell you about it. So you come home and all of your hedges have been sculpted in some sort of anti-establishment theme. And now all of your neighbors are saying, what the heck is going on over at the Johnsons? Because all of a sudden, all of their hedges have been sculpted to look like famous punk rockers. This is not generally what people want. Now, you may want that, but I would say they should tell you. And because they operate with Subterfuge, guys, I'm going to say avoid them completely. Now, number 2 on our list is Seasons in the Sun design firm right there in Des Moines, right there in the near north side. Now, Seasons in the Sun, on the other hand, on the opposite view, are very mainstream, which appeals to a lot of people because it helps the resale value. If your interior design is too unique, sometimes it doesn't appeal to as much the general audience, so when you go to sell the home. Now, Seasons in the Sun addresses that by staying very mainstream. The only problem is they tend to want to design each room of the house like a season. Now, what's neat about Des Moines is that it has 9-10 seasons. There's early spring, there's late spring, there's early summer, mid-early summer, midsummer, mid-late summer, and late summer. So they have, 9, 12, 18 seasons in Des Moines. So, in other words, this design firm will want to make your dining room a season, the living room a season. It's too much, guys. I think that's going to wear thin real quick. You want to avoid those guys. Now, number 3 on our list of the worst interior design firms in Des Moines is Celebrity Impressions. Now, Celebrity Impressions design firm want to make a design for your house that is very similar to celebrities in Hollywood, celebrities in New York, celebrities in Paris and London. And so they'll tend to mimic, let's say, a Kardashian theme. So in other words, tackiness is the rule of the day. Well, guys, I don't want my house to look like it's on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I just don't. So for that reason, I'm going to say no to those guys, right? So number 4 on our list is going to be Backdoor Barbecue Design Firm. Now, Backdoor Barbecue Design Firm has actually is pretty popular among a lot of sports fans, okay, because they put a backyard barbecue in every room that they design. Now, you might think, well, that's a little bit, not only is it weird, but the barbecue won't fit. The barbecue doesn't fit inside of a living room. Guys, you got to believe me. They make it work. They make it fit into the design of the living room, or the bedroom, or the hallway even. There's even barbecues in bathrooms, and it seems to work from a design standpoint. But guys, do you want 10, 15 barbecues in your house? No, you might. But for me, that's a no-go. I just want one barbecue. I have enough problems with that one. Forget it. Forget it for those guys. Now, number 5 on our list, and this is really interesting because it's called Orange Barrel Design Firm. Orange Barrel Interiors. And again, they're using a theme that's very common to Des Moines, and that's orange barrels. How much more construction can they have in one city? We don't know on the roads. But it seems like on every freeway, every highway, every byway, there's more orange barrels than they seem to have available in the Western Hemisphere. But they're all in Des Moines. So these guys were thinking, they said, look, let's just make a design firm out of it. And we'll tell people that their furniture, their walls, their in the island of the kitchen, all of those will be made out of orange barrels. So they tried. This is what's interesting. They tried to use a recycling theme. They're like, well, look, these are all orange barrels that have been, turned back by the Department of Highways in Iowa because they're old. They can't be used anymore. And rather than throw them in a landfill, we made them into furniture. We made them into design elements for your home, backyard, front yard, garage, up on the roof. They have them. Well, that's great for the environment, and that's laudable. Round of applause for them. Golf clap. But I don't want orange barrels in my kitchen as the island. I don't want to be chopping tomatoes on orange barrels, guys. So I'm going to say no to those guys. I mean, come on now. So, guys, that is just a quick rundown of the 5 worst interior design firms in Des Moines. I really hope that helps you out.